This is in commemorating of the 2023 International Day of Persons with Disability. And we have this year's theme as United in Action for Rescue and Achieve the SDGs for and with and for persons with disability. All right. Our guests this morning are already seated right here in the studio, and we have Ifeanyi Igwewe. Ifeanyi Igwewe is the Vice Chairman, Joint National Association of Persons with Disability in Anambra State. Ifeanyi, glad to have you.
Yes, good morning, or good morning, our listeners. Please stay with us.
We also have Chidimma Ajemba. Chidimma is a Public Relations Officer, Joint National Association of Persons with Disability right here in Anambra State. Chidimma, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you.
And of course, Ajul is still here with me.
I'm still here, very much here, and then we are talking about a whole lot here. But then, united in action to rescue and achieve the SDGs for with people living with disabilities. That onus falls on every one of us, not just the people that are actually affected, but for us, that I think we all have a role to play. And quickly, let me come to you, Ifeanyi. So, based on the theme of this year's commemorating people with living with disabilities, how far has it gone, and how smooth as from last year to this year, how has it been? Please just give us in a nutshell the milestone you guys have covered.
Okay, actually talking about the goals, because we're talking about 17 goals here.
Wow.
Talking about SDG. We start with zero poverty, education for all, decent job and all that. I will say that we are trying, but we are not yet there. We are not yet there in the sense that when you talk about zero poverty, it means that everybody is feeding well. But in Nigeria today, I wonder who is feeding well and who is not feeding well. And the way you now narrow it down to persons with disability, you find out that if we are to rate it with percentage, I may just give it between 10 to 20%.
Wow.
Yes, because we are not yet there. Going to education, the same thing. If you don't have money, you are on your own. Yes. Because it's not just free. Yes, they will say education for all, but who is going to pay for the education? Is it not you? So if you don't have money to eat, how do you have money for education? Then talking about the same job. From last year to this year, as you asked me, I will say that to an extent, we are trying. We are trying in the sense that in this last recruitment exercise and this recent one that is going on now, at least some of our members got job, though it wasn't easy. But I will still come to that later.
All right, thank you so much. Junapida is a national body, a national association. But I want us to bring it down to Anambra State. Right? He's talked about some of the goals and your achievements so far, but I want to bring it down to Anambra State. And then, because I know you have an organization where you have a lot of people that are there and they come up with so many complaints, what they are facing as challenges and all that. So here in Anambra State, I want us to understand what it is or what are your challenges. You know, when we talk about people living with disability, we have a whole lot of them. But what are your challenges? What are the things that, yes, you know that if people, stakeholders, government, you know, can come and delve into it, that you guys will breathe very well.
Okay, thank you so much. So some of the challenges that we face, I mean the whole clusters in Anambra State, is first of all is accessing healthcare services. We find out that some of the hospitals we have in Anambra State are yet they are not accessible, both in physical structure and in communication, bridging the communication barrier for the deaf, and also creating a space for the blind. Another thing is unemployment. No matter how many of us are that are employed, every year we still have a lot of us that are still unemployed. Another thing is empowerment, because we know that it's not all of us that are educated. So majority of us just need to be empowered in one way or the other so that they can stand on their own. Another thing I would say is transportation. It is a great challenge to us right now. Thank you.
Wow. You've said a lot, but then at the same time, I believe that these challenges that you made mention are not there's no government that can't fix this thing with just a snap of a finger.
Yeah.
But at the same time, what measures are you guys making, your organization is making, in actual sense to get the attention of government and, will I say, corporate organizations? Yeah, because I need to put that word, corporate organizations, in order to meet some of these challenges that you guys face.
Okay, the major thing we do here is advocate. We take some of our members to these institutions and we tell them they need to include us in whatever they are doing. For instance, the transportation system. Assuming there is the transportation ministry set up maybe 1 or 2 buses that can be picking up persons with disability, it will be of great help, and of course subsidize it. We are not saying you should give us free transportation, but then subsidize it for some of us that are finding it difficult to move around. Then we've taken our advocacy to basically all the ministries and MDGs and all that. The main thing there is tell them our need, and also we bring up the disability right law and the need to implement some of these policies. You get, because you know when you come and meet people, sometimes they feel they have this feeling that is a matter of charity, but right now we've changed it. It's our right, and we are gradually fighting for it. Thank
you. Of course, it's your right, because you guys are all human, and you have a role to play in society.
Yes.
All right, let's come back to you, Ifeanyi. When Chidema was explaining earlier, she made mention of clusters, and if I understand that, we have different people with peculiar needs.
Yes.
You can understand. I know we have people, the blind, and then we still have the physically challenged and all that.
Yeah.
Now, how do you handle, because now you have different challenges.
Yeah.
Even the people living with albinism,
Yeah.
you have different challenges. So how do you address these challenges as a body? Now, when it comes to clusters, and then when you are presenting your case to either stakeholders, the government, how do you do that? Do you come as a collective body, or in fact, I just want you to explain to us.
Okay, thank you so much. The thing is this: Jonapid, as you rightly know, is an association that will unite all the persons with disability together, be it blind. Though we like she said, we have clusters, which is National Association of the Blind, Anambra State Association of Persons with Physical Disability, the Nigerian National Association of the Deaf, and Anambra State Albinism Association. So now, when you talk about Jonapid now join all of them together so that it will be easy to manage.
Okay.
As far as both government and corporate body want to, assist us in one way or the other. Now, how we handle it is this: we all have our different leaders, and those leaders are the people that now have formed that executive of Jonapid, that is the joint association now. And then, when all these matters are being tabled to us, we take it to either government or any stakeholder that we know that he or she can handle it and has something to do about it. For instance, when you talk about this transportation, accessibility and all that, you find out all these things lies on implementation of Anambra State Disability Rights Law. Yes, it's true that the commission has been created, but we are yet to see their job. I don't know what is holding them. I don't know whether it's money. I don't know what
I wanted to ask the question what they are doing so far to help you, because I know when that the commission was inaugurated.
Yes, we are yet to see the light. That is the fact. So I don't know what is the issue, but from our own intervention so far, it's like the light may still start coming maybe next year. Let's hope. Because we are hearing that they have been included in the budget and all that. So we are hoping, but for now we are still struggling. That is simple truth. Because had it been this Anambra State Disability Right Law is being implemented, you find out that all these issues, some of them must be a thing of the past. When you talk about accessibility, Anambra State Disability Rights Law said that all the buildings in Anambra State, and all the public buildings in Anambra are supposed to be accessible. Must be accessible, because it's a law. It must be accessible. Like someone with wheelchair can enter it easily. Someone with crutches can enter it easily. Even if it is upstairs, it's supposed to have either ramp or lift.
Okay.
Yes, depending on the one they can afford, but it must be accessible. Now, when you talk about transportation and all that. All this is matter of implementation. We're not asking for fund. We're not asking for money. We're not asking for charity. But what we are saying here now, what we are trying to say here is try to make law, try to give directive so that other institutions will follow suit. For instance, I heard when you read that our own Anambra State for disability rights from International Day for Persons with Disability this year, breaking barriers. Yeah. You find out the barriers are still there. And when you talk about barrier, we're talking about both institutional barrier, architectural barrier, and attitudinal barrier. Because institutional barrier are those barriers, that prohibit a person with disability to, do one thing or the other. For instance, if a person with disability reach the, to a certain stage, they will say, because this person is blind or this and that, I will not attend to that stage. It's an institutional barrier. For instance, okay, let me make a general case now, church. So there are some churches that will tell you that a blind person or a person with disability will not become their priest. Yes, it's still there. And these ones are institutional barrier. So you have to ask yourself, why? Are they not members? Did God tell us that there are some person that cannot attain to a certain height? Then when you talk about architectural barrier, this is just this stability we're talking about now. Then when you talk about attitudinal barrier, it's just talking about what people are thinking about us, how they are behaving, what their character is showing, how they are taking us. There are a whole lot of problems, but I don't want to start mentioning one after the other so that it will not take much time. Let's be going.
Well, even though you don't need to say it, most of us already know, you understand?
Because we know challenges, and sometimes I've been opportune to assist a blind person cross the road, you understand? And the young man stood there for a while, and with his cane, nobody bothered to, you understand? So I think in that area, maybe the government will help sensitization and stuff like that, and probably maybe they should be crossing for the blind and everything. That was just around Aroma. You can imagine how busy Aroma is, you understand? So I think apart from talking about breaking barriers, then you people should equally probably, I don't know, if it's to have a flyer printed, share, disseminate, go to media houses like you're doing today, and create more awareness so that people get to understand that you didn't create yourself this way. You understand?
Okay. Okay. In commemoration of this day, so okay, let's hear what you have.
Okay, our plans for tomorrow include a roadshow. We start from ABS down to Ikoka, then to Women Development Center. We also have a keynote lecture, where we'll be talking about accessible technology. This is all about including persons with disability in the digital world, and it will be handled by the ICT boss for Anambra State. I mean, Mr. Abata, I think. Yes, and then we also have an award. We will give awards to some individuals that have done one or two things that are tangible for persons with disability. And on Sunday, we'll have a Thanksgiving service to commemorate the day. Because on Sunday is the main day, but we are celebrating tomorrow.
Tomorrow, that's Saturday.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I also want to add that even today we have a novelty match here.
Yeah, I forgot that. At ABS
At
Field
ABS.
with NUJ.
Yes, NAP and
you are
Nigerian
invited.
Association of the Blind and NUJ, Anambra State. We are having a match today by 10 o'clock, so you can come and...
10 o'clock this morning?
This morning.
We are holding you, eh?
I'm the captain, no? So you will see me in the field.
No, it's by 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock this morning. Okay. Right here in ABS. Okay. You've told us a lot more, and we also want to appeal to well-meaning Nigerians, not just the government, because most times the government cannot do it all.
All alone,
yes, well-meaning Nigeria and in the Anambra, so to say, because we are in Anambra State and we have people that are representing people living with disability in Anambra State right here in the studio. So if you have any way you can be of help to them, when we talk about employment, so many of them are educated, quite educated,
very.
but getting employment, you can imagine when you step in as someone that is blind, or you're having problem with your hearing and all that, and they ask you that, they will tell you that they can't employ someone like you. That would be disheartening. Going to school, spending 4 or 5 years to read a course study, and at the end of the day you find it difficult to... Exactly. find it difficult to, secure employment. So these are the things that should form, discussions in some of the forums that we are having all over the country, and especially right here in Anambra State. I want to say thank you to you all because you are doing a great job. But another thing I want to ask is, I know there are people living with a disability that don't believe in themselves. If you understand, before we started this show, there was something that was being played by someone, believing in yourself. Some people, they have lost hope. They'll be like, God created me this way, so there's nothing I can do about it. That's why you see a lot of people on the roadside begging for alms. And so many of them, some have died due to accidents, some have been, abused by people, and so many things. So I'm asking, as an organization, are there efforts that you people are putting to see that you rescue these people, take them away from the street, and make life a little better for them, with the help of stakeholders? Of course, I know all these things require funding.
Yeah, of course, that's the essence of our organization. When you come together, you get to see people that you are better off, and you get to see some people that are better than you. Then you will drive hope from your inner self. And once in a while, we conduct seminars and workshops where we talk to each other. We tell ourselves that we can do it. This time around, we don't even talk about government helping us. We think outside the box. In fact, we think as if there is no box. We want to know how we can better ourselves with or without the help of the government.
All right.
And Jonapit is not just a state association. Jonapit is both in the local government and the community level. So you can go and join your people. You mustn't come talk before you celebrate. You mustn't come talk before you join our meeting. So you can go to your local government. You will see others. Yes, if you want to know, you can ask. You can come and ask. Our office is at Women Development Center, okay, here. You can come and ask us. We tell you how to join your people. So we are all over. We are everywhere. So we are that fact. I must tell you, that stigma, that kind of life of going inside the house and start crying, we are it's no more.
Well, still on that stigmatization, I want this to come from you, like advising parents, because this thing starts from homes. Most parents, when they have people with disability, they tend to treat them anyhow. I've seen a case of a child. I know people with sickle cell are also part of the organization. A child whereby the parents will tell him that, very soon you will just die. So we don't need to spend our money sending you to school and all that. So I want it to come from you, your advice to parents. When you have children or a child living with disability, how do you handle them?
Wow. Okay, the thing is this. First of all, you need to accept that this my child have life. This my child, either he or she, have something to contribute. When you accept it, when you believe it, then you see it working. That's number one. Secondly, you don't need to start running around looking for miracle, looking for this, because that's where this problem, always starts. When you start looking for miracle, 10 years you are still looking for miracle instead of sending the child to school. Why are you wasting your time? Then at the end of the day, the child will still remain the same. So my advice to them is, first of all, you have to accept. Secondly, you have to ask, what can I do for this child for him to survive? Yes, is it education? Is it school? What can I do? Where will I take him to? When you do that, you see that, actually normally the child will be feeling bad at the beginning. Yes, when he's alone. But when he sees his mates surviving, and he now starts believing that I will also survive. Since this guy is doing this, I will do better than him. You see that your child changing from that, perspective of I will die tomorrow. I want to die today. You see that child, start doing something incredible, something you will not even believe that the child that your child will do. Yes, I could remember my own time when I was 7 years, when they took me to special education center in Sulu. They didn't know that I will stay there all alone, only me. But I was there. I studied there. Graduate now, I'm a civil servant working with Anambra Ministry of Trade and Commerce. But they didn't believe it. They were thinking that I'm still small. Yes. So but that is, you just ask, where will I take this child for him to survive? When you ask, you must see a direction. Thank you so much.
And if I would add, there is also a need to make all school inclusive. You mustn't go far to train your child that is a person with disability. I think the government should help us here to make all schools around disability friendly and inclusive. Because I remember when I was in secondary school, I passed for Unity School. I went to Onitsha and they said no, they cannot take me because I was a person with disability, and that really hurt me then. And if that can be changed right now, it will really help us. Because sometimes when we have these special schools, you find out that after going to the special school and when you come out, you find it hard to mingle with other people, because you must not, in your everyday life you get to see people that are not persons with disability. But when you mingle with other people, then you will understand how life works. You get, and that's when you let go of self-pity and all that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You guys have really said a whole lot.
And I believe that breaking barriers doesn't necessarily end with what we are doing this year. It has to be a continuous step. You understand? And as much as you guys have come up here to talk about it, I still think sensitization should equally go to schools, churches, and other public places, so that people get to understand that we all are humans. You understand? That's first and foremost. We are humans. You understand? I really commend you guys for all you have done. And then,
all right, just before we go, once again, Chidimma, could you kindly run us through what you have, the event you have for tomorrow, and the people we are expecting to come to grace the occasion?
Tomorrow we are expecting the governor, also expect the wife of the governor. We actually want to make her a disability right ambassador.
Wow.
We want her to, tell others what this law talks about, and she's been good in doing that. She did that with the Association of the Blind.
The white skin there. I remember the campaign.
Right.
Yes.
We also have other dignitaries from the Chief of Staff and the Commissioner of Women Affairs, the Chairman of Disability Rights Commission, and the list is
endless.
So it's an open event for everyone to come and celebrate.
So where is it happening again?
At Women Development Center.
Okay. Time?
Time is 12 noon.
12 noon.
That is after we are back from our road show.
The road show,
Yes,
okay. All right, I want to say a very big thank you to both of you for joining us on the show this morning, and we pray that the event that is happening tomorrow, it's going to be a successful one, and all your goals, everything you're focusing on is going to be achieved tomorrow. Thank you so much, Ifani Igwewe, Vice Chairman, Joint National Association of Persons with Disability, Anambra State. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much.
And also Chidimma Ajemba, who is the Public Relations Officer of Jonapida, Anambra State. Thank you so much for joining us. Well, that's it on the show this morning, and we're wishing you a happy new month. Of course, it's the last month in the year 2023, and the festive season is here with us, so we wish you a fruitful and fulfilled December.
Thank you so much. I wish you too.
All right, thank you so much for joining us on the show this morning. My name is Chidimma Oramwa. Have a lovely weekend.
And I'm saying, have a blessed day.
Term disability, I still believe is a thing of the mind, no more of physical. Yeah. So if government should come into that disability aspect, government should in a way provide means whereby these people can fit into the society, provide work which they can also work, and how they can fit into the society and how they can be empowered. Alright? So for me, disability is a thing of the mind. It's how do you work with these people that you help them understand and create the consciousness that they can fit in the society.
If I'm going to someday the disabilities, but some of them interested they go school. So government make a factor because someone did interested to go government make a factor for school fees. So I go something make happy in a field condition here. Then those of them go now go one day some of them go out and well if you had a so can you call her can you how we can all deserve all fit with their condition can we keep them and now one so it's consult away na and you come can happen in a field not of the condition of predicaments.
Government has a role to play. Me and you, the citizens, will have the role as well to play. So government should make things easy for the disabled, at least give them free education. Those of them that are educated or literate, maybe provide a place for them to learn some skills that will help them to earn their living. Likewise, me and you, the citizens, there are some places we need to help them as well. Give them some financial assistance if we can, and make some places conducive, environment conducive in such a way that they will not find things difficult for them because of their conditions in life. Thank you.